Learn the basic of animating a character in Adobe Animate. Let me show you how. We're going to use a file called character parts. You should see the file name up here. Nothing is on stage yet, and your layer should say objects. So go up to your library panel to your right. You'll see two files. If you click on the file, you'll see what the art looks like. We'll be using the woman's side file, so drag that to your stage. Remember, you can always adjust the view by going up here, so change that if you like. So now double click the character. That will open a new tab up here. Now we're in edit mode for this character. If you click each part, you'll see a line around it. That means these parts are separate. We have to take each body part and make it into a symbol in order to animate them separately. So now let's select the arm first. Select the upper arm, hold down the Shift key, and select the lower arm. Now we have the entire arm selected. Go to Modify, Create Symbol, and name it Arm. Leave it as a movie clip and hit OK. We're going to use this for both the left and right arm. So that arm symbol will be saved in the library. You should see it over here. You can move this arm for now to get it out of the way. Now let's select the leg. Select the top leg, press the Shift key, and select the bottom leg. You can move it to the side to make sure you have it selected. Now go up to Modify, convert the symbol, name it leg. Keep it as a movie clip. It'll now be added to your library. We're going to use this for both the left and right leg. Now the rest of the body won't move, but we will still need to make it into a symbol. So select the entire remaining body except the other leg. Go up to Modify, convert the symbol, name it body, and keep it as a movie clip. It'll now be added to your library. Now go back to the main stage by clicking on Scene 1. Now we can delete the woman file and we're ready to create our animation. So we need a layer for each of the symbols we just created. So let's do that right now. Hit this plus sign 5 times to create 5 layers. We can delete this objects layer as well. Now the order of where you have your objects on the layers will determine what will be on front or back. The topmost layer will make your object show in front, and the bottom layer will show your object behind whatever is on top of those layers. So the front will be the right arm, so rename layer 5 as right arm by double clicking and typing right arm. Then we can name the others as right leg, body, left leg, then left arm. Remember, we need a layer for each of the object we want visible on stage. That's why there's 5 layers. So now we're going to drag each of the body part to their own layer. So click on the right arm layer, drag the arm symbol to the stage. It's going to end up on the right arm layer. Go to the right leg layer and drag the leg symbol to the stage, and it will now be on the right leg layer. Now go to the body layer and drag the body symbol to the stage. Now go to the left leg layer and drag the leg symbol to the stage. And do the same for the left arm. Go to that layer and drag the arm symbol to the stage. Now position each part as if we're looking at the side of the woman. Now the left arm is behind the body, so we won't see it unless we hide all these layers. But it's there even though we can't see it. Now let's start animating. Now we have to know how a body moves when walking. If you take a quick walk around the room and see how you walk, that's how we have to animate our character. So if you figured out that the opposite leg and arm are always in front when we walk, you're right. So if the right arm is in front, the left leg is also in front. That's easy for me to remember, so I'm going in that order to animate. I'm going to do the right arm first. And I'm also going to lock and hide all the other layers so I don't accidentally touch them. So I'll just see that one part that I'm animating. So click on the eyeball to hide and this lock icon to lock that layer. So select your right arm. We have to change the pivot point or where your arm will swing from. So go to the transform tool. This white dot is the pivot point, so you will need to move it up to the shoulder area so it'll swing from that point. So at the first keyframe, we want to have the arm out or forward. So take your transform tool. Just go outside the anchor point and click and drag to rotate it forward just a bit like this. Now go to the 30 frame and add a keyframe. So go to Insert, Timeline Keyframe, or right-click your mouse and choose Insert Keyframe. So I do have a 3-button mouse, so I'm going to do it this way since it's faster. If you don't have a mouse, just do it up from the menu options. Once you insert that keyframe, rotate your arm to the left or backwards. Scrub this blue marker to see the movement. Now click in between the two keyframes and right-click and create Classic Tween. Now drag the blue marker and you should see it animate. So what did we say? Opposite arm and leg are always in front. So now let's take the left leg and move that the same way. Now go to the left leg layer and click the eyeball and lock icon to show it and unlock it. You can now lock the right arm layer so you don't touch it accidentally, but keep it visible. Now select the left leg and move the pivot point to the top section using the free transform tool. That's where the leg will swing from. Now make sure you're on the first frame and rotate the leg to the right or forward. Go to the 30 frame and insert keyframe and rotate the leg to the left or backwards. Click the middle and create Classic Tween. So now scrub the marker and the right arm and left leg should move the same way. So now let's lock and hide these two layers. And now let's animate the right leg and left arm. Let's do the left arm first. Now the right arm we started on the front, so we have to start the swing from the back for this arm. So unlock and unhide the left arm layer. Make sure you're on the first frame. Now use the free transform tool to move the pivot point to the shoulder area and rotate to the left or backwards. Now click on the 30 frame, right click and insert keyframe and rotate the arm to the right or forward. Click in between to create a Classic Tween. Now you can have the right arm showing at this point so you can see both arms animate and move opposite from each other. This is how we swing our arms when we walk. So now let's do the right leg. So hide the right arm layer and lock the left arm layer, but keep it visible so you can see it. So unhide and unlock the right leg layer. Select the right leg and use the free transform tool to move the pivot point higher. Make sure you're on the first frame and rotate the leg to the left or backwards. Now go to the 30 frame and right click and insert keyframe and rotate the leg to the right or forward. Click in between to create Classic Tween. Now the left arm and right leg should animate the same way by dragging the blue marker back and forth. Last thing is to have the body show from the first frame to the 30 frame. So unlock the body layer and make it visible. Click on the 30 frame for the body and right click and insert just a frame. Now the body should show the entire time. We're not animating the body, so it will stay stationary. Now make all the other body parts visible. Click on this loop icon and spread this blue bar along your timeline and hit play. Now it should play on your stage. Now it does look a bit rough. It's because we're not ending where we started. Let's start with the right arm. Now let's copy the first keyframe and paste it to the 60 frame. Don't forget to create Classic Tween in between the keyframes. So let's do this for the other moving parts. So that body part will end up in the same place where it started. And don't forget to add Classic Tween in between the keyframes. Just watch as I do this. Now drag the frame of the body to the 60 frame so it'll show up the entire time. Select all the frames, go to the edge. When you see this double arrow, click and drag to the 60 frame. We're not done yet. Last thing we need to do is to create a symbol for all these layers. Select the top layer, Shift key and click the bottom layer. That will select all of them. Now right click and choose Convert Layers to Symbol. Change the type to graphic. It'll now become one layer. So this will make it easier for us to move this object while keeping the animation we just created. Now let's have her walk across the stage. Make sure you're on the first keyframe and move her off the stage to the left. Go to the 100 frame and insert a keyframe. Select the character and hold the Shift key to keep it straight across. And move your character to the right off the stage. Create Classic Tween. Click on this loop icon and make sure this blue bar is across your timeline and hit play. Your character should now walk across the stage. So that's it for this lesson. I know it could be a lot of work, but that's what animation is all about. Please don't forget to subscribe and just continue to have fun. Now go create something.